and welcome everybody. This is the No Shots Fired podcast, episode 37. Seel, I Choose You. A tribute to the best of the best Pokemon. Today we've got two special guests, J Money and me, I guess.
Yeah, you've been absent for so many episodes, you become a special guest now instead of just a regular.
You'll get back there. You'll get back there.
That's how they do it in Hollywood. They just slowly write you out.
That is true.
You wanted the "and" in your name, right?
I did.
On the old credits.
Your name will be in the credits in season 9, like with BB Newworth and Cheers.
They'll bring me back for a spot episode where I wave at the audience. Anyway, we're going to talk about Pokemon and my Undertale update, apparently. Cuphead, I guess that's where the Jughead joke that we had earlier came from. For those of you who missed it, we talked about jugs and all the funny ways that you can use them to make jokes. We're going to have a D&D update. And what game, if you were the hero in, would you do best in? And then what game, if you were the hero in, would you do the most poorly? Finally, as always, we'll take your questions. So without further ado, J Money, lead us off. Pokemon Let's Go Eevee Again update, go.
Yeah, how far are you, J Money?
With what?
Okay, so I've kept playing Pokemon. I'm about, I think I'm about 30 hours in at this point. And I've realized that kind of, other than just how nice it is to kind of have the graphical updates and all this stuff and have the familiar, at least for me, Pokemon back in the saddle, they've kind of taken out all the really tedious aspects of Pokemon. So, like, any Pokemon you catch just goes in a box that you carry with you, so you don't have to... There's no, like, PCs at the Pokemon centers anymore. So you can just alter your team whenever you want.
Oh, just willy-nilly.
Yes.
Okay, just willy-nilly.
So you have to wander back to town every 4 steps when you're like, oh, that's a different trainer I have to fight. And the catching, like, it's a simplified catching mechanic, as we've talked about previously, but that just kind of has... I don't know, at least for my current gaming appetite, it's caused me to keep going and enjoying it.
Now, who is your go-to Pokemon?
My team?
Yeah, give me your team.
All right, let's fight. Well, I got Let's Go Eevee, so I've got an adorable little Eevee as the absolute, sledgehammer of my team right now. This thing, I'll tell you what, it dominates. And its little hat and sunglasses, and it's fantastic.
Wait, you have a hat and sunglasses?
Yeah, you can get different outfits for your little guy. So
man, so much has changed.
Yeah.
Do you have a nickname for your Eevee?
Reevee. It's
What is the significance of
I said, I don't know, Reevee, and that's
What are your other 5 names?
that's one I'm looking to get some help with. I'm glad Junkblade's writing this all down right now. Right?
Yeah, sure, that's what I'm doing.
Okay, good.
I would go with Chad, and Chad. Would be mine.
Interesting. Okay, I've got a Nidoking.
Chad.
I have a Charizard.
Chad.
A Venusaur.
Chad.
Venusaur is definitely a Chad. Blastoise.
So you got like the standard.
And I've got Mew.
And the one unique.
And the mythical god Pokemon that no one thought you could ever get. So I'm part of me is like, there should be like some reaction to like I'm wandering through a field and this like guy throws out a level 7 Caterpie, and I go, okay, here's a level 54 Mew. And you're like, oh, the trainer needs to be like, oh, that's the god Pokemon that no one thought actually existed, but you have it. So go Caterpie, String Shot.
I just like the optimism of that.
Yeah,
I would be okay with you naming the Nidoking after me, since Nidoking was one of my favorite Gen 1 Pokemon. When playing Gen 1, it was one of a few that I would always specifically go out of my way to get.
Oh, okay. Well, let me check the nature on this one for you, Junkblade. Oh,
all right.
Oh, that's a bummer.
What?
Its nature is lonely.
Uh-oh.
That is a bummer.
That's
But you're there now. No, it's a tale of triumph. You're there now.
that's
Now.
true. And you're not lonely because you're in a ball by yourself most of the time. I could take you out. So the other good thing is you're like my Eevee rides on my head the whole time. You're running around. And then you can choose another Pokemon to follow you outside the ball. So you could and they're like actually sized correctly this time. So like I've got I'll sometimes in town just throw an Onyx out there and just tower over everybody. It's great. But nobody like runs in terror, which I'm a little bummed about. But
So, question. Do your Pokemon, is there a lot of animosity over who gets to actually be outside the ball following you around? I feel like that's a great...
there is some, like, sometimes they will, like, there's, like, an exclamation point that'll pop into their head, and sometimes, like, they're not, you're like, oh, they found something for you, but then sometimes just like, oh, they're looking at the water. And you're like, stop wasting my time with your...
I always like the Penny Arcade Pokemon comics because they use the Gabe character as a very brutal, like despot style trainer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an interesting concept. Just throwing Pokemon in that little ball, it feels wrong, Where's Pokemon PETA?
They come out and they're happy. It's fine. But so I guess Ev, I don't know if or Valan. Breaking the fourth wall there. I don't know if I've talked to you much about this, but like all the Pokemon are like you can see them in the world now, so it's not like that's another tedious part that's kind of gone. Is there's no random battles for like Pokemon, which is good.
So they just took out all the fun. Got it.
Well, no, it's fun because you can go, oh, I want that Pokemon. Let's go get it. And once you beat the Elite Four, you can actually fly above the routes, and there'll be flying Pokemon. Like Charizard's just hanging out up there and stuff, which is I don't know. There was no way to catch those kind of Pokemon in the original games, and it's just kind of cool to be like, oh, because one thing I always wondered is like there's like even when I was a kid, it's like there's like one freaking Bulbasaur in the entire world, and you're just hanging out with it here. Like what's where are the other Bulbasaurs? Is what I'm trying to say. Think about it, guys.
J Money, what do you think about that?
I'm gonna guess their numbers were severely depleted in the Great Bulbasaur Hunt of 1876.
Oh, right. I didn't watch that movie. There's so many Pokemon movies these days. I missed that one.
I know.
That actually would be a good title for one of them.
Yeah, but no, I'm still very surprised with how much I'm enjoying it, because I kind of thought it would be something I would play for 10, 15 hours and go, okay, cool. But I am trucking.
So this might be a dumb question. What game are you playing?
So this is Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. It's a remake of Pokemon Yellow, which is the first generation of Pokemon games.
But is it a 2D game?
Yeah. No.
Like Pokemon traditionally is?
No. Wait, when was the last Pokemon 2D game? What do you mean 2D?
Isn't it 2D?
I guess it's like an isometric, but like
oh, you're right.
It's not. No, yeah, you're right. I guess. I guess it is 2D still.
No, but the way they make it.
Yes.
Same way.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
I hope you guys saw my very helpful hand gestures.
Yes, very. Yeah.
Showing what 2D is.
Valan helping out with the visual aids. Very good.
And then we expand into 3D.
But you did spark a memory of mine. I forgot that I did have a Pokemon Blue game going on my phone where I did name all of my Pokemon Chad. And it was, or is.
See, and now you can do that
confusing.
On the Nintendo Switch and have Chad follow you around and find berries and shit for you.
That's amazing, yeah.
So,
especially because I struggle to find berries on my own.
Exactly.
So I could really use some help.
You can't do it.
That's why I have Chad follow me around in real life. Or I guess we should say Madamus.
Well, now we've created that link. Could have been another Chad.
There's a lot of Chads out there. Apparently in Justin's Pokemon Blue game, especially. Which brings us directly to my Undertale update.
Yes.
I've played more.
Can we just tell me, or can we tell the audience what Undertale is?
It's a game.
We should probably do a refresher
That's actually
for the audience, not for me.
right. So, Undertale, J Money, is an RPG style, kind of low budget indie game that Junkblade found. Well, that most of the world found.
I say, J Money, have you been on the internet at all lately? Like the last 4 years?
Undertale?
Yes.
No.
It's got like an old '80s style vibe to the art.
Pixel art, definitely.
A lot of writing heavy, so a lot of jokes, puns, kind of like a cute little cutesy dynamic.
It's like the Nightmare Before Christmas in like high school.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
That's about right.
Okay.
And,
But the last time we talked on the podcast, I think that was the first time you and I had put any time into it. So I think we were maybe to that snow town.
Yeah,
Snowden?
I'm way past that. I got past the fire town. I got to a laboratory. I'm in like a spider den now.
Okay.
Shit's getting weird.
What are your thoughts?
It's been good. And then for the record, J Money, one of the interesting ways you can play the game if you want is by not killing anything in it. You have to solve the puzzle of how to beat people without killing them. So, or you can kill everything is another way you can play it. Or you can kill some of the things. There's a lot of different.
So
I think I'm gonna start killing some of the things. Because
have you not killed anything?
I haven't yet.
haven't.
But the stress of it is just too much for me. And I already don't kill a lot of things in real life. I don't need to do it in video games, right? I am batting 1,000 so far in murder, IRL. So,
meaning that you're killed.
Meaning I've earned a few.
Everyone you wanted to.
I feel like you probably kill a spider or two.
I said people.
Yeah.
Things that matter.
He's batting 1,000,
Spiders.
so he's killed 100% of the people.
I said batting 1,000 in not murdering people.
Oh, that's a little less impressive, but
it depends on who you're talking to.
Well, I'm glad if you were batting 1,000, and I've got to be careful what I say out loud, public. So, moving on to Jugland head.
Wait. So Undertale, do you Junkblade is Valan what percentage of the way through is he?
I'm at spider.
I would guess 50 to 60% of the way through.
Okay. And what's your time played, Valan?
I'm up in 4 hours probably.
Okay.
I think 3 or 4.
Okay, so you're around where you should be by now.
Okay.
So a secret that you guys did not know, and I did not tell you because I wanted you to go through blind, because you did not get money to buy something from the Spider Bake Sale. You and Valan will have to do a rather annoying boss fight.
She's really annoying. Could have skipped her entirely. You're not gonna like fighting her. There's no. Yeah. We just had to buy
all
something.
because of a bake. I didn't have any money.
I didn't either.
It was overpriced goods.
Well, they're not as overpriced as they are in Hotland, where they are 9,999 gold each.
All I'm saying is be smart about the pricing. I'm obviously the only one passing by there that day. It's not like it was in the middle of town.
The pricing was completely reasonable. You just had to encounter 1 or 2 extra guys, and you would have been able to get something.
Bah! Okay.
Anyway,
Well, that's
jugs, cups, heads. Hit us.
Alright, so Cuphead is an infamously difficult game, and unlike, say, Darkest Dungeon, when you lose, you actually feel like it was your fault instead of the game just screwing you over. So it feels legitimately hard instead of RNG hard.
okay. J Money, have you seen this game at all? Is J Money muted? Is a good question.
I am indeed muted.
The
answer is no.
All right, well, do a look up this game real quick because the animation style is just fantastic. The music's great. Like I'm impressed by how good the game actually is, considering how much effort obviously went into the presentation.
Can we?
Right?
How do you spell it?
Cuphead? Really?
Is it common spelling?
Oh my god.
Yes. So I am legitimately surprised this game even exists. And I say that in the sense that it is such a specific idea that it just strikes me as completely odd that anyone would think to themselves, hey, you know what we should make? We should make a game with a 20s animation theme.
Yeah.
And everything looks like it was animated in the 20s. It's even got like some of the weird video static.
Yeah, the
And,
graininess of it.
Yeah, the graininess and the weird video static. Everything moves like it would have in one of those cartoons like Steamboat Willie and things like that.
Early Disney animation kind of stuff.
Yeah. It looks fantastic, and I literally don't know of a single other game that looks like it.
No.
And the general plot is summed up in the intro theme song, where it goes, Cuphead and his friend Mugman, they like to roll the dice. By chance they came on Devil's Game, and gosh, they paid the price.
They become Reapers of Souls.
So
For the devil.
Cuphead and his friend Mugman, because this is also a co-op game, if you have two people who have the game, went to a bad area across the way that was a casino run by the devil.
Yeah, I mean, we've all
As
been there
you do.
before.
And they started playing craps, and
In the
as they
Devil's
went
Casino?
on, as they went in the Devil's Casino, and they were doing really, really well. And then the devil comes up and says, hey guys, I'm going to make you a deal. You see, if you win this next roll, I'm just going to give you all the money in the casino.
Yeah,
But
well,
if you
don't-
lose, I get your souls.
Yeah, you don't accept that.
Let it ride!
Let it ride, all in black.
That was what Cuphead decided to do. Mugman was completely against this, so I'm not sure why the devil gets his soul, but of course, Cuphead rolls the dice and gets Snake Eyes.
So he wins, right? That's winning. Is that not winning? I don't-
think on the first roll, you're okay with Snake Eyes, but not if
Okay.
it's.
It
like his
goes
little-
rather late into the
Not if
game,
it's a high level demon roll. Okay.
So you, as you would do, try to find a way out of this contract you've sealed yourself into. And
Sounds binding to me.
And you find out, well, there is a way out. You just have to find all of the other people that have their souls indebted to the devil and beat them up so that you can get their contracts for him. Because apparently they managed to steal their contracts and get away.
So an interesting thing about like the development of this, because I remember I kind of followed it from the first trailer because it was so crazy looking, is that originally I think it was just like a boss rush game.
Mm-hmm.
And so like it was just like boss fights. Like there wasn't any interconnecting levels or platforming necessarily. Because like you look at the amount of like animation, like it was just. But then so like I think people and then like the general tone of like the excitement and stuff of the game assumed there would be levels. So then I think it was delayed some because they're like, oh shit, we gotta add some levels, and they actually did, And I think the boss fights are obviously the major the major parts of this game, right? But
Yeah.
there is at least enough.
Mostly a boss rush game.
Yeah, but there is like some pretty good, at least from what I played, the little bit of I played, some good platforming stuff in there. So that was a kind of a funny journey of that game.
So the bosses that I've beaten so far, because I'm like a third of the way through the game,
Okay.
are Baroness von Bonbon.
Okay.
Oh, the candy lady?
I've at least beaten her on normal mode or on like easy mode. I'm not sure on regular because regular adds like an extra stage, and then all the other stages get some very annoying thing added to them.
Yeah. Psychic Carrot guy. Did you beat him?
Carrot guy. Let me just.
Probably not.
I'm gonna actually pull up the game. So
I doubt it's Psychic Carrot guy.
Sounds like I named these people.
Dragonman.
I have not beaten Dragonman. I have not encountered Dragonman, actually.
Okay.
I have beaten Hildeberg, who, as you can guess by her name, is a blimp.
Gotcha.
And all the names are of that rough caliber. The music is pretty great.
Yeah. Definitely.
King Dice's theme song is pretty great when you encounter him before having all the contracts to get to the next island. And let us see here.
Now, Junkblade, have you watched any of the videos of people doing this without getting hit?
No, I have not, because as we've established, I don't want to feel depressed.
Okay. Yeah, don't watch that one. That one will definitely do it.
Cagney Carnation.
Flower person?
Yep. We've already gone over Hildeberg.
Yes.
I would have gone with, like, Ingrid Hindenburgman.
Ingrid von
Booby Legrand. The Root Pack.
The root what?
It's like an onion, a carrot, and one other thing.
They called
on the stage?
Oh, it said the Rat Pack. It said the Rat Pack. It's the
So
you
yeah,
got
it's
it.
like
You got
a
it.
gang, yeah.
And I think the only other one I've... Ribby and Croaks.
No, it's a cool game, but man, I wonder if it's almost easier single player, because like playing it co-op just destroyed me. Like, I couldn't keep track of which person I like the stuff. It's almost like a bullet hell kind of thing, right? For certain boss fights, and I just could not like. And there's certain like pink projectiles you can like jump off of, right?
Yeah, but I try to just avoid those because I'm not good at them.
Yeah, and there's special like attacks you can get. Like I'm impressed by how well the game actually is compared, considering how much time had to go into that art style.
Yeah.
So, a cool game. You think you're gonna beat it?
Probably not. I'm going to try, but I'm not making any guarantees here.
You should throw that up on the internet. People are gluttons for punishment.
What would you rate the game on a scale of me to J Money?
On a scale of you to J Money, I would rate the game a Matamos.
Oh no.
Telling scores here on No Shots Fired.
That's not good.
According to J Money, at least.
We
have not revealed the scale to J Money, fortunately.
No,
so
say no more. He said Matamos.
All right, very good. I'd say that's a kind of an older game, but definitely a cool one to play at least for a little bit. What about your adventures into the realm of the mind, and paper and pens and tables and figurines?
Well, shouldn't we give our Dungeons and Dragons?
Oh, okay. Here's our Dungeons and Dragons update. There's no fucking update because we're lazy pieces of shit. That's the update.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Unless have you guys done something without me? Because at least something would have gotten done.
No.
Okay.
Well, we talked
we're
about
waiting
it.
for you.
Okay, we're waiting for me. That's good.
I was talking about scrapping or revamping our current campaign.
My entire character's ethos is based on your character, J Money.
Well,
No.
he meant kicking out everybody, but
No.
I
meant
Well,
consolidating.
we just keep them in reserve. It's built into the story already. We don't have to. No, I don't think we try to. We can talk about this later. But
okay.
Let's get to D&D games that are currently solvent.
I didn't
So-
realize that capital was our problem.
That's always the problem.
It's all money, baby. We don't have the cash.
Yeah,
That's why I'm here to get funding
exactly.
for our D&D campaign.
You get us that DreamWorks money.
That's right. Ooh.
Okay, Junkplate, take us out of this.
I'm not drunk enough for this.
I don't think anybody is.
Okay, so the game we played this past Saturday was my good friend Walker's Empire of the Sun campaign.
Was this the Japanese one?
Japanese mythology one. Emperor went crazy, started
always do.
murdering people. Same with his
Always.
sons.
Sure.
And so the second in command, the Shogun, had to kill all of them, but died in the process. So now there's just no one running things, and there hasn't been for like 10 years.
Oof. What's the Western military equivalent of a shogun?
Like a general?
Okay, I see that in like video games a lot. Like that titles in. I've seen it in places. So.
Well,
Yeah.
Shogun, I believe, just describes. I'm gonna have to look this up. A type of sorry, that is the military dictators like warlord.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, shogun. So like shogunate would be the realm.
The less evolved form until you give it enough rare candies to evolve into a shogun.
Right. Shogun.
It's a dark flying type. It's pretty good. Okay.
Back to the campaign.
So, this town has been afflicted with the burning fever. And normally, this is an illness that goes away pretty quickly. Usually affects you for like a day or two. And only like the really young or really old or already very sick tend to get afflicted with it.
The Expendables.
Yes. I mean, we all know how in every movie they always say, men and women first, forget the elderly and children.
Yep. Keep those strong ones going. What are you going to rebuild with old people and children?
But now everybody in this nearby town has been affected with it, pretty much.
Nuts.
The town of. Give me the town name so I can see it in my head.
Shogunsburg.
I don't actually recall offhand. Give me just a moment.
A world
But
of magic
anyway,
and
I will continue with my description while I look that up.
it's Tokyo.
Yeah, there we go.
A tiny,
town.
quaint town.
So, and after a while, we've determined the water itself that the town has been using is infected. Plus,
What kind of role was that?
nature.
Okay, there wasn't like a water management role.
There's another water management
Okay.
role.
Who peered into the well and was like,
I sense evil here.
yeah.
That was me.
Ah!
Nice. Yeah.
What kind of test strips did you use to kind of get the basic water quality data to support this?
Unfortunately, I can't tell you because that would violate my non-disclosure agreement with my supplier.
Oh man! Foiled again!
Foiled again,
As
indeed.
always, foiled by our NDAs.
They're ironclad.
I cannot seem to find the name of the town, unfortunately. We determined that the source was coming from the nearby mountain, and before making sure that we had not, that the town had not accidentally ticked off like an Oni or one of the many deities that they possibly could have ticked off, we went out and searched to see what the problem was.
Okay.
The Oni, of course, being the Japanese spirit beings, I believe.
Specifically the malevolent ones.
Oh, okay.
Was this mountain called something like Mount Poison or
No, it was not.
Mount Doom.
Mount Evil, Mount Bad Times,
Mount Tokyo.
Mount Tokyo, Tokyo Mountain?
I apologize for not remembering the names,
Peak
because
Tokyo.
I tend to be bad with ththose in general.
All right, it was Tokyoville. That's what we're going with.
The
I think it was Shadow's Reach was the name of the town.
It's not very Japanese.
Doesn't
was
flow
gonna-
as well.
Shadow's Reach on the cherry blossom. There. I did it.
the Japan Elation Mountains.
No.
Unfortunately, if I combine Japanese and Appalachian, I think it becomes a slur. But I think there's something there.
Appalachian.
Yeah, but I think
That sounds bad. It doesn't-
Why
yeah,
does
it
it
is-
sound bad?
because you can't say JAP anymore.
Really?
Yeah,
it's definitely a
slur.
I didn't
Yeah.
take a class. I don't know.
So we went into the mountain, into the nearby mines to recover some silver so that a cleric could cast Cure Disease on the townsfolk, make sure this thing passed more quickly.
You weren't carrying silver on you. I always for werewolves.
Not as much of a thing in Japanese mythology.
What kind of adventuring pack did you have that didn't have silver?
Werewolves do not abide by Japanese mythology.
They can swim.
And we needed vast quantities of it.
Oh, did it have to be inherited silver?
No.
Okay.
So we found out some of the denizens of the mountain had also been afflicted with the plague. And it turned out the source of this plague was a very, very ticked-off hobgoblin cleric.
Hmm. What was he ticked off about? Or she?
Basically, humans had killed his tribe and driven them away, so he was getting revenge in any way he could, and there was no reasoning with him.
Or so
Also,
you thought,
Sounds like a nice
until,
guy.
right?
No, we tried reasoning with him. It didn't work.
How hard did you try? Remember Undertale.
Tried pretty hard.
But
And you don't get to talk, since you're the one who's going to just default to murdering people.
I
in
haven't
Undertale.
done it yet. And I didn't say everybody.
But if you murder anyone, then you can't get the good ending.
The idea that I can't get away with one murder in this cave system is bananas to me.
Yeah, how are they gonna know?
Yeah. Huh?
It's a cave system. It's a
Yeah.
perfect place to. I can't say it out loud. I gotta. It's the perfect place for that.
So, he was also massively weakened by the illness, and he was a cleric of an Oni god, so that in and of itself is bad news.
Okay.
Unfortunately, not a single person in our party has the knowledge religion skill, so we couldn't determine which Oni god.
You guys, none of you took the knowledge religion skill on a Japanese mythology campaign?
Yeah, it seems like somebody should.
Somebody should.
I think the person who did just wasn't there that session.
Okay. I hope so, because that would be some serious lack of planning on that one.
Because he is a death priest, so he should, in theory, have the knowledge religion skill.
Death, well, that's, I mean,
Yeah,
but
how
not
do you
like the
become
good
a-
ones.
Well, can you be a good death priest? I feel like you should be able
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, you can.
How?
Death isn't an inherently evil thing in many, many settings.
No. But you're a paladin, aren't you?
No, in this game, I'm a druid.
Oh, a druid paladin?
No, druid. You can't be a druid paladin.
Are you secret paladin, like Cecil in Final Fantasy IV?
No, I'm not a secret paladin. I have a neutral good alignment. Paladins have to have a lawful good alignment.
That's what
specifically.
Cecil thought until he destroyed that town. Then he went to the
And
Mount of
Dru-
Ordeals with the two little children who helped him look in the mirror and he like got on drugs or something and fought himself for 20 minutes. That he
And
was a
druids
paladin.
have to have a neutral alignment. So I cannot be a druid paladin.
Oh.
Well, not with that attitude. In
Yeah.
my campaign, you can be a druid paladin.
Yeah, there you go.
You're running 5e, which has less specific alignment restrictions than 3.5 in Pathfinder did.
AKA, like, 0.
Good.
Yeah, it has no alignment restrictions whatsoever.
Good. Don't limit my mood. Tell me how to feel.
What do we have? But for our campaign, we've got right here, a ranger, a rogue, and a
Paladin.
Yeah.
Classic.
Good crew right here. Which brings us straight into. Wait, it's the D&D. Felt pretty updated, but I don't.
What's the next?
Killed that evil hobgoblin cleric. Went back to town. We were greeted as heroes. Most of us participated in the celebration. I just kind of sat by myself, away from things, because it's not my character's thing.
Like a paladin.
And next.
Paladin's famous for not revelrying.
Druid. Paladin is this Saturday.
Look into your true self, Junkblade.
My true self usually plays Paladin, but I wanted to give Druid a try this time.
But okay.
Doc, your wife is texting me asking for my address for a card
Ah, yeah.
in the middle of the podcast.
Oh man. I guess then that's smart because then she knows where you are and that you're actually.
I sent. I
Hey.
never send it to mama.
Go ahead and send it to me
Make sure it
too.
gets
That
there.
way I know where to send pizzas.
Just give your address over the internet.
Yes.
And I'll type it.
Can you just type it in the chat real quick? Thanks.
Okay, perfect. Solve the water crisis.
We solved
You
the
guys-
water crisis.
You guys should come to Southern California or all of California next. That would be helpful.
I will suggest it to the DM.
Topical. You know, I mean, like I don't know. Whatever. That's not a good joke. We're gonna move on to what I really wanted to talk about this entire podcast. What game would you, as a character, you right now sitting at home listening to this, what would you be best in? Which game? And what game would you be worst in? And I'm going to lead things off so that everybody has to copy what I'm saying, because I feel like all of our answers are going to be similar. I think we have all similar skill sets, at least in the terms of like video games. And I would do the worst in any scary video game. Anything scary, even if I got like guns and stuff, I would not do well, and I would probably just throw myself off the nearest bridge I could get
Definitely.
access to. Just not deal with that.
Now,
I think we can rule out any variety of shooter in general.
quick question. Do I have to be the main character of this game?
No, why not?
No? Okay.
Yeah. Who?
Then I'm just going to be a shopkeeper in whatever the hell.
Even in like Resident Evil, you're going to be like the.
I mean, you never see them get hurt, right?
They do. And somehow
Unless Leon shoots the shopkeeper because
I
you
didn't
decide
think
to be a
about
jerk.
Okay.
Doc has wares if Valan has coin.
All right, Val. Which one are you being?
Well, this is interesting. Okay, wait. Well, I didn't actually think about any of my answers to these questions. I was going to just like have you guys talk and then come up with something.
Okay. Well, I'm just looking on the shelf here. Batman Arkham Asylum. Probably no. Probably no. Bayonetta 2.
No.
I'm not a hair witch, so that's not going to go great. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. I don't have to jump. I don't have to sprint. I'm liking it.
I think I could do. If I were Tetris, I could be one of the shapes,
There you go. It'd be
and then I just fall.
it'd be
I could do that.
Then you get cleared off into oblivion piece by piece.
I will point out that the original prompt just said, "What video game would you do best / worst in if you were a character?" It doesn't have to be the main character.
There you go.
Hang on, I'm thinking about the ramifications of getting cleared out in Tetris now, and it's
It's real existential.
it's something.
So, J Money, what game would you do best or worst in if you were a character?
Oh, it's hard to say.
I've got one for J Money. J Money
Okay,
would be a
let's go.
flashbang that's thrown directly in his teammates' faces.
I'm not sure that's a character, but fair enough.
It is in the way we
That's what
play.
I want to be.
Well, but for the purposes of our discussion, then it's like he pulls out the flashbang, but he pulls out Justin, and then he throws Justin.
Yeah.
And then it's just sorry, J Money. Damn it.
Well, I was thinking like any of the Grand Theft Autos. That way, I could really be who I feel on the inside.
But you think you would be able to survive that?
I do. I really
Okay.
do. I don't know. Maybe not to the extent, but I like all the gang violence.
Okay. So you would just want to live real life, but like shittier and with like a gun more prominently.
But like 5 blocks east of my house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fun. That's why that's why Grand Theft Auto is always so much fun. Because it's just a whimsical world that transports you away from all the problems of current life.
Trying to think, or like Sims. I'm pretty good at laundry and making food.
Okay.
Sims, I'd be good at Sims.
Plus, being able to pull yourself out of a pool with no ladder is a very big.
You'd be a god in The Sims.
Yes.
You'd be like, hey guys, check this out.
The way I do The Sims, I would not work because in order to get like the top level jobs, you usually have to have like 14 or 15 friends or something ridiculous.
Mm.
And the way I would do that in The Sims is I'd have 14 or 15 women that I was romantically involved with, and you have one over every day, and just kind of like cycle between 15 women, which I could not do in any capacity, and also feels really kind of shitty. So
That would be stressful.
Okay.
But you have to do that. It's the easiest way to be a friends is if you use the power of sleeping with them in the game. That gets your friend bar immediately up to 100.
You guys played The Sims a lot. Like, I just built the houses and then was like, oh, okay.
No, I wanted to be like the best doctor in my field or whatever, and you need like 1 billion friends.
I guess I wouldn't do well because I can't cheat in real life, and I could cheat in Sims.
How could you cheat in The Sims?
Oh, you type in that Simoleon code.
No, you are not the god king of these
No,
games.
you're
Just the stupid avatar guy.
And with your own.
Oh,
your
I'd probably do all right. Yeah.
Huh. All right, let's see what ones have we got here. I've got.
So the sense I'm getting is that any game that is vaguely like real life, we would do decently well in. Because
I'm not claiming that. All the
idea is it's just us literally dropped into the game.
Yes.
But any game where you have to be superhuman, we're immediately screwed at because we apparently don't get any of the abilities that the main character does.
You get the equipment, but you don't get the abilities.
Yeah. All right, so I've got one for Junkblade, I think.
Okay.
All right.
Little game called Metal Gear Solid 5.
Okay.
The Phantom Pain. Now, Junkblade, one thing I don't know is how good your stealth / balloon skills are. Because that's a big...
I am decent at stealth.
Okay. How about ballooning?
I don't know what you mean by ballooning.
Okay. Everything in that game, at least the way I played it, you attach to a balloon and send it up back to your base. And it was always very funny because the stuff would just hang there for a second and then go, "Wah!" and disappear.
Fair enough.
Fultoning? Is that what it was called? I think that's what it was called. Look it up. It's a CIA thing, I think. Back in for extraction.
Yeah, then theoretically a plane comes by and grabs it or whatever, right? Is that how that works? Or...
Okay. Yes.
I think you just said yes. I think I'd be really good in Hitman. You could be a great assassin.
You got the haircut already.
Right? I just need the barcode on the back. I can't believe nobody notices this guy. Just because I'm standing pretending to type into a computer does not mean people would not look at this remarkably athletic, fit gentleman with a barcode on the back of his neck.
Yeah,
it's working right now, isn't it?
He doesn't have the barcode, J Money.
And I have a beard, so
the silliness of the barcode placement just mystifies me.
He has the bright blue headphones.
I don't.
This is actually selling me on. I would fit right into Hitman.
I think you'd do all right as long as you got over your first kill. I think it'd be easy after that.
Actually, okay, I've got one.
Okay.
Pokemon, because All I would have to do is catch like 4 Pokemon, because like 85% of the stupid people you run into that game are like, let's battle. Here's my 1 Pokemon. I can't believe you beat me.
Even though I was running a level 7 Caterpie at you, and he could have
I know.
Metapod at level 4.
And then you run into someone with a level 7 Metapod, and all they can do is harden. Why are you battling me?
And they don't even have the excuse of, well, this is the only move the Pokemon comes with like, Magikarp or Abra.
Yeah. And I'm given to believe that no one actually gets attacked by wild Pokemon in the games. That doesn't seem to happen very much. So I'm feeling safer.
It is intended to be
Safer
a child-friendly series, so wild Pokemon attacking would kind of ruin that.
And this is where my success lies. Lack of stakes.
I think in real life, those Pokemon would rule.
No, I'm just in the game. We're not transporting Pokemon into the hard, gritty reality of real life.
Pokemon would kill you.
Wait, that's actually a good topic.
That's a different topic.
That's a topic. Who would do well in RimWorld?
No idea.
I would die with the first 12 hours, probably.
I would like to go into Final Fantasy VII just to see where the materia goes in my wristband. That's always something I wondered.
I'll point out that most games, Link starts out as a mostly normal human, so Legend of Zelda might be doable.
The amount of physical activity he has to do is
running,
just...
jumping, his ability to swing a sword.
His stamina is incredible.
His stamina is incredible, but even with us just being dropped in, theoretically, we would gain those same skills.
The size of backpack I would need to carry all those items... I would be dead on the side of the road. It would just...
And I really need a cell phone in any game that I'm playing just to make it through my day.
Yeah, what would you do?
You got that fairy to talk to, J Money. Come on.
I'd be so bored. No, I'd be so bored.
That first night, so if I'm just thinking the N64 Link, but that first night when the zombies come out of the ground, I have to deal with that. I'm already done.
I forgot about that. And I cannot run fast enough to make it to Hyrule Castle in one day.
Exactly, I'm not.
Link can barely do that. There's no way I'd be able to do it.
I'm no ultra marathoner, you know.
I was thinking about almost any game I was thrown in, I'd probably just die. Minecraft, one of the biggest children's games.
Oh, dead.
It's skeletons and zombies and shit.
My ability to... I can't dig nearly that fast.
This is why Pokemon's the perfect answer, because no one attacks you. They attack your Pokemon.
Until they do.
Plus, if you want to foil corporate plots, all you have to do is defeat their Pokemon. I'm going through this tower, and everyone's like, oh, we're taking over this company. I'm not going to let you through. You beat their 2 Pokemon. They're like, all right, fine. 10-year-old child.
One time.
You may pass because you defeated my Pokemon.
Well, I feel like if we're going with the logic of you don't get any of the abilities or powers of the protagonist, then you don't have a trainer's license, so you can't catch Pokemon either.
Well, yeah, but you could go into the game and...
What do you mean? What do you mean what trainer's license?
Yeah, what do you mean?
All I do is go talk to a professor who's like, hey, you're cool. Grab him on and get going.
Yeah, because you jump in at the start of the game and he just gives you one, right?
It's like a 10-year-old kid. I can pass that exam.
Oh, could you now?
Yeah, Ekans. There, I named a Pokemon. Done.
I'd name mine Trevor.
Ekans, return. See, I know how to return the Pokemon.
I did say you get equipment and stuff, and so I think license would fall under the... So, for instance, if it's a game where you're a cop, then you get the badge.
Ooh.
But you don't get the skills.
Yeah. This is your person.
Fair enough.
Dropped
Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
I'm going to read some off and see if anybody thinks they would...
Okay.
Amnesia, The Dark Descent.
No.
Anybody do well in that game?
I've never actually played it.
Has anyone here played that? I've played it.
I've played it.
No,
I have it in my library, but I haven't played it.
Watch Day 9 play it, at the very least. That's hilarious.
It's funny. It's really funny. It's quite scary.
Okay.
Anybody Ark Survival Evolved?
No.
Where it's like...
But
with dinosaurs.
You don't even start with pants in that game. No.
No.
Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
No. Although I would like to just run outside the 400 square foot area and just be like, what else is out here? I can get out of here.
Exactly.
I've seen all the places these guys are bombing. They're not important.
I think
You just wake up. How do we get here? Hey, why don't we just go this way?
Hey, how do we
No.
get out of
That
here?
way.
Trust me, guys, I've done it.
There's a gate there. You can't get over that.
Darkest Dungeon. Anybody? Darkest Dungeon?
No.
Wouldn't want to.
That is one I would want to stay out of as well, because it's just like a grim, dark world where I don't think you ever get a happy ending.
Just sad all the time,
The Escapists. It's a Prison Break game.
I would never make it in prison.
Mario Kart. What about Mario Kart?
Oh, here's one. Gone Home. Gone Home.
Huh.
It's just
Isn't
I
that
do
just
okay.
kind of like a day where you kind of forget
Yeah.
that nobody's around
I
or
just,
something?
yeah, your
oh
family
yeah, the baby
forgot you're coming home. Yeah.
Although I'm not comfortable breaking into somebody's house. Does
You,
that...
you don't break in; it's your house.
Oh, job solved.
You
then.
literally came home and your family just forgot you were coming home that day.
I did that yesterday. Moving on.
Hitman. We already talked about that. Who? Anybody? Hitman. Hollow Knights.
Yeah, good luck with that.
No. The jumping, no. That's...
Okay. In all fairness, I will say I think it should be fair that in that game, as you acquire items that allow you to jump, and like you wouldn't survive that long. But
Plus, it's probably so damp down there. That would not
It'd
be
be
good
bad.
for my like psyche or my physical condition, probably. So,
let's do Limbo. Oh man, I would not do well in Limbo.
terrifying.
That'd be super terrifying. Magic the Gathering duels with the Planeswalkers. I don't even know how that would work.
You just play
You just
Magic.
be a planeswalker,
Just
which
playing Magic. Oh, yeah, I could do that.
either you just be a planeswalker or you're literally just playing Magic, which is why I was going to suggest literally any Yu-Gi-Oh game, because the extent of that is I need to know how to play and then I'm good.
Believe it or not, I probably wouldn't do that well.
I would not do well in that either.
Neo
You would
Scavenger.
eventually.
Neo Scavenger. Anyone played that? Justin. J Money has.
I'd not do well.
It's a
Dead.
survival game. Instantly
Yeah.
dead.
Anything where I have to survive, no.
Anyone? Ninja Pizza Girl.
I
Lot
don't
of
know what
running.
that is, but it sounds delightful.
It's a classic.
Here's one we could do. Papers, Please.
That's really depressing, though.
It would be as like a border. It would be, but all you gotta do is check papers and stuff. Well, and then maybe you get fired.
Or blown
I guess.
up.
Well, yeah, that can happen. There's a lot of things that can happen.
Plus, it doesn't. You don't necessarily go home to a life of plenty and luxury, since you have
No.
to choose like if you want heat or like medicine. So.
For your kids, yeah.
What about Monster Hunter, everybody? How everybody feeling about hunting huge monsters?
Dude, terrible at that. I guess it depends how competent, or am I alone, or do I get like the other people?
I would just like to try to lift one of those huge swords, just to see what the deal is there.
Sid Meier's Ace Patrol. You're flying World War I planes.
That
No.
no.
I can maybe take off.
Okay.
The Stanley Parable. So actually, you're in kind of a weird existentialist parody world, but I think we
I don't know, even that gets a little weird at the end. And I have to make
Does.
some like
weird. Yeah. Stardew Valley. Just a farmer.
My knowledge of farming is
it's low.
suspect at
Not
best,
good.
and then you'd have to like combat in the caves, which would be scary. I could
Ultimate General Civil War.
No.
no.
Wasteland 2.
No.
You guys remember? The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt.
No.
Nobody could be a Witcher. Nobody could be.
I can oil my sword pretty good. That's probably about the extent of it.
All right,
We've
right,
established
J-Money,
you get
you're
none
right.
of the powers, so
You don't.
I'd get the oils though, which is the equipment, right?
Yeah, you get the equipment.
Boom. Sword oiling done.
XCOM 2.
No. Sonic Mania. How's everyone feeling about Sonic?
So you have to. You're just. So like that ramp comes up. You're just like
I'd be out of
like-
breath like halfway through the first screen, I think.
you just like fall down one of these spiral ramps.
Just smacking your head on every possible. Let's see.
Anyone else got any good ones before we wrap up this delightful journey through?
Let me think.
Mm,
What about Mega Man? Huh? How about Mega Man?
You're literally one of the nameless humans that get killed in droves over the course of the game.
Okay, well that would be short-lived then.
Does that happen? That sounds awfully dark. I don't remember anything that dark.
There's a few
It happened
beginning.
in the Mega Man Zero games. Literally, about 10 million people die at one point.
Okay, well,
because
okay. Not to be like dismissive, but let's talk about like the real Mega Man games first. And then we'll get into those side.
The Mega Man Zero games are some of the most well-loved of the games,
That could be.
actually.
But do you play as Mega Man?
No, you play as Zero, who...
oh my gosh.
This podcast has been making me rethink my life. And not in the way you were apparently hoping, Doc.
Our goal has been met. I thought some of the NES ones also had like cutscenes that implied like severe destruction as well. Is that the case?
Some of the Mega Man X ones definitely have that as well.
Okay.
I don't know about the original NES ones, but the Mega Man X games have lots of people die, and the Mega Man Zero games, which are essentially sequels to the Mega Man X games, also have that happen.
Okay, so not a great universe for old humanity to kind of drop in there, is what I'm hearing.
Not until much later on.
Okay. What about like Mega Man Battle Network or one of those weird ones?
In Battle Network, I think it starts being a little more conducive to humanity existing.
Score.
Compared to the X games or the Zero games.
Okay.
You know, I've got a suggestion for us.
Okay.
Okay.
I have noticed that in the just chatting in real life category on Twitch, there are 65,000 people, but in ours, talk shows and podcasts, there are 6,000. Maybe we should be...
But that means we're higher up, more discoverable in the queue then.
Oh, that's okay. I don't know. It's
But also far less people.
Plus, but this is this is a serious show, okay? We're not just chatting.
Yeah.
No, but it's got a picture of the lower half of the girl's mouth and a mic and a cup of coffee, and that's like exactly what I'm doing.
That's probably why there's so many more people.
There's a few things missing.
Wait.
Nope. There's still going to be a few things missing. Still, nope. See, we're still missing a key aspect of this.
I wonder if it's just my mustache.
Oh God! See, this is the problem.
Where's my mic? I don't know.
Okay, let's start up the ending music. Does anyone in the chat have any questions?
I do want to thank, this is GM for gifting me a 1-month Tier 1 sub to Amy T. Falcone. Make sure you check her out. She is great. I've never watched her stream, but I do know she's awesome because I watched her on the Penny Arcade Strip Search reality show. And I watched a little bit of the Acquisitions Inc. C-Team. Fun times. So,
what's everyone's gaming plans this coming week?
I am not certain.
Okay.
Gonna play the Escapist 2 with J Money and then maybe Doc if Doc owns it.
Same.
Okay.
Now, I'm
Now,
going to try and convince Valan and Doc to continue in Undertale and for Doc to not kill people in it.
Nice
feels
try.
like Valan already has that
Good luck.
path covered, so just for completeness' sake, we should probably experience. All right. Do we think, gentlemen that join us next week, whoever they may be, can we get a few Pokemon ideas together to do the Pokemon design episode?
Yes.
Okay.
How much work?
I want
that entail?
everyone to come up with, and I do not check if these are actual Pokemon. I don't care. To come up with 2 to 3 of what the Pokemon they would put in the game. We're gonna come up with our best team.
In what game?
Pokemon.
What, they're already in the game.
No, they're not. We're making them up.
We're just making up.
Oh, we're
Okay,
making up Pokemon.
Yes.
Do I make up attacks and stuff?
You can
So they're
can
not
dive as
Pokemon.
deep into the lore of your Pokemon as you wish. Backstories
No promises,
are great.
but I am intrigued.
You know, key attacks. You know, we don't have to get into IVs or anything like that. But
Do you need like evolution stages?
if you've got that, that's just more content for us. So
I've already got an idea, so
I'm gonna
feel
get
pretty good about this.
I'm gonna get
All right.
super. I'm gonna get really, really in depth.
little tease for that's what I'm hoping for. Similar to our Mega Man boss discussion, which I think was probably one of our best ones. But
I think for sure that's gonna get Positivity Bot to come back. So
I need that positivity too. Come back to us, Positivity Bot.
let's thank our bots real fast for tuning in. We've got Avocado Babato, Commander Root, Electrical Longboard, Positivity Bot, Skinny Seahorse, Slow Cool.
So we
And
do have positivity bot.
yeah, Positivity Bot's been a user since August 26th. So
Steak Knives was 1 hour ago. Is Steak Knives a person?
Me. That's me.
That's
I
you?
do not recognize steak knives.
I don't either. Who knows who that is? Okay.
who could that ever be?
Some jackwagon, I'm sure. Anyway. I guess there's no questions, even though someone could have planted a question if they so desired, since no one else knew who Steak Knives was. All right. Anyone have any parting thoughts?
Not in particular. Don't kill people in Undertale.
Okay. All right.
I think that's our best sign off yet.
Don't
So,
kill people in Undertale. Solid
Doc.
advice. Until next time, everybody.
Until next time.
For Doc and Junkblade, this is Valan, and also J Money signing off. Bye.